Hello grade 10 students, welcome to my channel online biology tutorials. We are already done with the parts of respiratory system. If you have not watched the video on the parts of respiratory system, do watch them first to have an idea what all things we are going to talk about in this video. In this video, this is going to be the main video of respiration, how actually respiration occurs in us. Because we fall in the category of terrestrial organism. What do you mean by the word terrestrial? Terrestrial means the organisms that live on the land. And we have seen in the previous video that air flows in a sequence from nostrils to larynx to trachea to bronchi to bronchioles and then finally to the alveoli. So this happens in a sequential manner. Now in this process, when we take in oxygen, this process is known as inspiration. So inspiration is a process when we inspire, when we take in oxygen. And expiration is a process when we exhale. Right? When we exhale, what gas we exhale? We exhale CO2 or carbon dioxide because this is a waste gas of our body. Right? So when you do inspiration or when you inhale oxygen, it goes as per the principle of diffusion. Now diffusion is exchange of gases as per the concentration. The concentration of oxygen is more outside and less in your body. So obviously it has to go from higher to lower concentration. So higher to lower means from the environment it will go inside your body, inside the lungs, because lungs have to do the process of respiration. Right? So diffusion is the movement of the gaseous particles here from the region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration. So when you inhale, air goes in through your nostrils, then through your larynx, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, and then it reaches the alveoli. As lungs are being placed in the chest cavity, so when we inhale, our chest cavity becomes greater because it is filled with oxygen. Now when the chest cavity becomes greater, we do have a dome-shaped muscle in the abdomen. So just beneath the lungs, we have this dome-shaped structure and this is known as diaphragm. This is very important and strong muscle of our abdomen, which is dome shaped. And this plays a very important role with each inspiration and expiration. So as you inhale, air gets filled up here. Suppose this is the chest cavity. So here oxygen would be greater. As a result, the diaphragm will move down. Right? So at each inspiration, this diaphragm has to move down so that maximum amount of air can be restored in your lungs. This happens as you inhale. Now as one inhalation is completed and then you exhale, this is known as expiration. In expiration or during exhalation, reverse happens. This diaphragm again comes back to its normal position. That means it comes up, because of which chest cavity becomes less. That means the thoracic cavity, the chest cavity becomes less. So at inspiration or inhalation, chest cavity is bigger. At exhalation, chest cavity is lesser. At inhalation, diaphragm moves down. At exhalation, diaphragm moves up. So this happens in one breathing cycle because one breathing cycle includes inhalation or taking in of the gases and exhalation means sending out of the gases. We breathe in oxygen and we give out CO2. So this happens in one breathing cycle. As we are terrestrial in nature, we live on the land. Thus, we take the oxygen gas from the atmosphere. You have read that our atmosphere is composed of various gases like nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide. But our body understands oxygen more. However, our body has capacity to bind with CO2 and carbon monoxide also, but that is a different scenario because we are studying normal respiration, thus we have to talk about oxygen only here. So as we are terrestrial organisms, they always utilize oxygen in a gaseous form, right? And this oxygen is being present in our atmosphere. That is why, because oxygen is present in ample amount in our environment, thus the respiration rate of terrestrial organisms is low in comparison to the aquatic animals. Because in water, the amount of oxygen is always less in comparison to the atmosphere in which we are doing respiration. So this is the general information on respiration, what occurs in one breathing cycle and what phenomenon it uses, why respiration rate is low in the terrestrial organisms and greater in the aquatic animals. We will talk about the respiration in aquatic animals in a separate video just after this, so stay tuned. If you have liked the concept, do give a thumbs up and share this video with maximum number of friends of your school and other school. Do consider subscribing and pressing the bell icon so that each time when I upload the video you will get the notification. Now the question for this video is, which concept of gaseous exchange is used in each breathing cycle? All the terms that were explained in the video, they will be helpful to you in coming out answer to this question. I am just asking which concept I talked about in the video when we talked about the breathing cycle. Remember, one breathing cycle means one inspiration, inhalation or exhalation. Please do write the answer in the comment section. A reward will follow soon after it. And see you in next video where we will be talking about how respiration occurs in the aquatic animals. Thank you and happy learning.